This is Kilo Echo 2 Bravo Alpha Victory. Sly from Central New Jersey. Is there anyone out there can tell me how to put my 66-foot infrared wire antenna in a slope configuration?
What band are you transmitting it on?
How you doing, sir? I'm not particular. I just ordered a Ortimax 100 infrared antenna. I'm starting to put together my HF station. So I purchased this infrared antenna, but I don't have any. So I want to know how I can put this thing in a slope configuration. Over.
Okay, I'll go along with this. First of all, I'm John, KE2BAV KE2BAV. Do you have a call sign?
Glad to meet you, John. My name is Sly. My call sign is Kilo Echo 2 Bravo Alpha Victory. Over.
Okay, Bravo Alpha Victory. Well, Sly, I am not good at HF. I know the rudimentaries, but there are people out here that really know it pretty darn well. One gentleman is named Terry, an elderly guy that's been doing ham radio for 900 years. And another guy is James. He's kind of a loudmouth young guy, and he knows a whole lot about HF. And another guy's name is Darren. See if any of them would come out and talk to you. Any of those three users on the frequency, Kilo X6 Alpha Tango, there's a station out there with a call sign that's looking for HF information.
Hello.
Well, my only suggestion is that you have to decide on which band that you're transmitting, and then you're gonna, if you're going with an antenna that's directional, you have to figure out whether you want to put it vertically or horizontal, and then you try to get, well, if you're an HF, you can't do a half wave, so try to find something about a quarter wave long and let her fly.
Yeah, there is nothing directional, more or less, for a short wire on low bands. Just doesn't exist.
Yeah, just get it high up in the air. Give the two legs about 45 degrees, 45 degrees. It should be fine.
Yeah, but what he's suggesting he's going to use is not as good as an inverted V or a half-wave antenna. And a half-wave antenna, if you think about it, is the reference antenna. So it is usually considered zero. It isn't zero, but for more times than not, it doesn't give you hardly anything. So all you do is what you just was told. Put it up as high as you can, and both ends, every part of it as high as you can. Simple as that.
Yep, that's the key.
Sly, did you copy that? Are you there, Sly?
Yeah, I heard that. Thanks, fellas. Let me tell you what I have. I have, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. It's a Ortimax 100 infrared HF antenna. And it has a balun or transformer box wire that came with it was 66 feet, but I don't have any trees in my backyard. It's just open land. So I just needed to know what can I use to put this wire in a slope configuration. Over.
At the end of the eave, a tree, a pole, a push-up pole, nothing. Whatever the hell you can do, just get it up.
Yeah. If you can get a push-up pole, they're pretty cheap. You can put one of those up, and that would do wonders for you. Otherwise, just hook it up to the eave of the house, the highest point on your roof. Just hook it up there, and then just run that shit along your yard as high as possible. But yeah, just get it up, just like Terry said.
So there's this other thing, Sly, that you can do to increase the receive. Now, it works about 99% of the transmitters, but you need to disconnect the antenna and disconnect the microphone and put tinfoil and a ball on top of your radio and put it in the microwave for about 15 to 20 seconds, and that supercharges the capacitors to make receive and transmit much, much better.
Jeez, I've never tried that.
And so, Sly, this is John ALT. I know this for sure, that any wire or antenna that you use, if you rub it down with a lime or a lemon, cut a lemon or a lime in half and rub the wire or the antenna down, it rubs off the dirt and rust so the electrons jump off better.
Don't listen to John.
I appreciate that, fellas. I never heard of nothing like that. But I just started in the hobby, so I started last year. I just completed my X-ray exam, which I passed on Saturday. So, I'm just trying to build up my HF, man, and I'm just trying to get this antenna up, but they're telling me it has to be off the ground. So I don't know, is there some kind of push-up pole that can go up at least 30, 35 feet where I can get this thing off the ground in a slope configuration? Over.
Hi. Congratulations for entering a fantastic hobby. It's really exciting. I find happiness in talking HF and modifying equipment to make it work the best as possible. And sounds like you're from New York. And I don't know where you're from, but I'm from Jersey, Atlantic City. I just hear that New York in the accent, but the microwave trick, some people do it without the ball, some people do with the ball of tinfoil. And some people say 15 seconds to 20 seconds in the microwave. It doesn't matter if you have one of those turntable things or not. You don't have to take it out, it doesn't matter.
Sly, do you live in a house or an apartment? A lot of push-up poles they have trouble standing alone, but there are some that have tripods. You can buy them at ham radio stores around here. But a lot of people take like a linked pole or even PVC pole, 2 10-foot lengths is 20 feet. 30 feet is going to be pushing. And then you strap it to your house, at the bottom somewhere and at the top, like along the eave. Do you have a house or are you in an apartment? If you're in an apartment, you're gonna have to hang it out the window.
And then Tom also don't forget about you need to liberally apply
squelch grease to that tinfoil. The point that a lot of people forget. Kitty Fix RPJ.
That is 100% Adam Sandler.
Oh, good. Anyway, do you have an apartment or a house? What's the tallest thing that's around you?
Yes.
I'm in a house, and I have 2 floors. By the way, I'm coming off Echolink. But yeah, I have 2 floors. But what's killing me is that I have no trees in my yard. It's just wide open land. So that's why if I can get something, and I'm also HOA, so you know, I already have a VHF UHF station. I have a Diamond X50 Alpha antenna, vertical antenna, which I put it up, and when I'm done, I take it down. But now that I want to do the HF, I have this infrared antenna that I want to put in the slow position, and when I'm done, I just want to take it down. So is there some kind of, I guess, push up telescopic pole that someone could recommend me to look at or something? Over.
Just go to do a search for push-up poles. One of the tricks, a lot of what you're hearing out here is bullshit. So you're going to have to learn to sift it away. But one of the useful hints I use is I buy like a 50-foot pole and throw away the top section and only use the bottom sections because there's thin to carry much.
I use a Roan 50. I would recommend looking at that.
A 50-foot push-up? Are you what? A Roan 50, is that a 50-foot thing?
I use my cock.
It's going to cost big money. If he's like anybody else, a beginner like I was, you're going to go to a place like Radio Shack or Amazon or somebody and buy the cheapest thing you can find, in which case you throw away the top section and only use everything else. And you can go with a 30. He says he wants to take it down. That isn't going to work out. It's going to wear you out doing this.
Yeah, since it's a push-up pole, it's a lot of work, working out, wearing you down.
Yeah, plus you're going to have to guy it down. You're going to have to tie a guy line.
Hey, Cy, you're still there? This is John ALT. Do you copy?
Steve can help tie up those guidelines.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know. You said you were coming on an Echolink, Sly. All I know is that you are full scale on my handheld, and I don't know. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but you're full scale, so you're either very close by, or you're coming on an Echolink, and Echolink is close by. These guys are telling. So you need to buy a push-up pole, look up Amazon, and they come like with tripod bottoms. And if it's short, if it's like a 10-footer, then you don't have to worry about guy wires or about weights at the bottom. But if you begin to get like 15, 20 feet tall, then you have to guy it. So you're going to tie that to like a stake in the ground. And, of course, use non-conductive. People use wire. That's bullshit. I use rope. And or else you got to use pretty good weights. And, of course, when you stick up you're going to have to tie your antenna wire with the balun in the middle and tie it to the top of one of the poles and push it up, then go stretch it so it's kind of tightish and push up the other toll. It's like a two-man job. It's going to be very difficult to do it alone. Over.
Feels like this should be remote.
I hear the jerky boys out there. I hear the jerky boy voice. Nice job, nice job. And, John, the Echolink node is over where the repeater's at. And of course, we're getting our full scale. That's what it's transmitting RF into the repeater from nearby. Over.
I guess I didn't make it. The word is balun. It's a contraction of two words, balanced and unbalanced. And they take the first couple letters of each word. It's a balun.
Sly
Kilo Echo 2, Bravo Alpha Victory. Yeah, I'm using my cell phone for right now on Echolink. But like I said, is there any particular push-up pole that I should look at that's good? Over?
Yeah, my cock.
A cheap one.
Besides, John ALT again. This repeater that you're talking on is, I don't know if you're legitimate or not, but Bravo Alpha Victor, you got a call sign, so I'm going to talk to you because you gave me a call sign. And I'm not going to bother to QRP it or whatever that crap is. This repeater is a bad boy repeater. There's guys on here that swear, that cuss at each other. It's kind of like Citizen Band.
Fuck you.
A lot of great radio operators on this.
And we have a den mother, too.
Yeah, and now they're jamming me. Like the oldest fellow is named Terry, and he knows everything there is about HF. So anything that he says or that Ian says, take it to the bank. I know about HF because I've been going to field days for 30 years, so I participated in setting up. And there's a guy that about 3 times a year uses our 5 acres to set up wires on. And he contests 3 times a year. And I don't talk about him very much because he wants to be low-key and he doesn't listen to this repeater. So just get some push-up poles, do the best you can, and start talking.
Yeah, that last transmission is pretty much it. The same as the first. You just get the goddamn thing up as high as you can, and a push-up seems to be the best you can do when you got nothing else.
I still am waiting to see what band you're going to try to talk on. Are you going 40 meters, 60 meters, 80 meters? What band are you talking on?
Well, this particular infed antenna that I bought, like I said, is Ortimax 100. It's a 80 to 6 meter multi-band infed antenna. So, like I said, I'm just starting with HF. So, so that's it. So I guess I'll be doing some research on a push-up pole, I guess, and I guess what height should I go? 35 feet? Over?
That question. The answer to that question is high as you can get it, using whatever means you can figure out what to use. And if you got almost nothing, you're forced to use a push-up. And they aren't the best, but they're the cheapest and the easiest to do. It'll be very difficult to bring it down every day, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. After you've done it for 4 or 5 times, you'll be through with it if you're going to take it down every time. But the bottom line is get it up as high as you can, and that's that.
This guy's a jerky boy, okay? This guy's a jerky boy.
I don't know. Sue says that he's legit, and I think he's legit too. Sly, it's John ALT again. So yes, we're all telling you the same thing. Get 2 push-up poles, get them up as high as you can. Now I'm throwing this in. Do not put them up anywhere near electrical wires. My God, if they tip over and hit the wire, just make sure they cannot possibly hit a power pole or electrical wire. Nothing.
Faulkners will hit the wires.
By the way, you hit the wires, you'll learn how to manufacture lightning.
Yeah, what he's saying is, you got when you do the wires, don't hit just one wire on the electric. You got to hit both, and it makes your transmission go farther on the HF bands.
And I've never, I would do this contesting on field days. Make sure you log in who you talk to, who your first contact is, and get their QSL card. And then you're going to be in the ranks of stardom. You will have reached ham radio nirvana, had gone to heaven and died. Get your first contact card.
I already had contacts. I've been in the hobby for a while. I just started last year. Like I said, I got mission in March 23, and then my general of 23, and I already had contacts. I've been in the hobby for a while. I just started last year. Like I said, I got mission in March 23, and then my general of 23, and I just got my extra last Saturday. So, I've been, talking with people on my VHF station. So, like I said, now that I'm finished with the extra, because it was a lot of material, I couldn't really focus. So, now that I'm free, I want to start building my HF station, so that's why I was trying to find out what can I use to put my my antenna in slope configuration. But I appreciate that, man, and so I'll be looking for a push-up pole and, something that I could put up and take down, and, that'll work fine for me. Over.
How long have you been in prison? And are you not allowed in school zones? Are you on some lists?
Sly, don't forget to Google. Our freaking phones are just a wealth of information. So text into your phone, how do I want to transmit on a 60-meter slope? How do I do it? And but your situation is, and now we're talking in circles, is that you got nothing tall, you got no trees, and you just have a piece of ground. So everybody's telling you can only use 2 push-up poles. That's your kind of. But then if you want, you'll move on to one of these $2,000 damn antennas that lets you transmit all over the world. That our friend that talks out here a lot, Jeff Briegel, that of course you don't know. But he bought a really expensive, and he wishes that he could talk HF. He's been talking HF ever since he was 13, and now he's like 52 or something, and he has problems because he spent tons of money, and the antenna's not doing what he wants. So my experience doing a bunch of field days, probably about 30, one a year, is you just go out and have fun with it. Put it up and just start yakking. And if it's really windy, and I'm not exaggerating, if it's really windy, tie on a metal wire to a kite and tune it up and fly.
Yeah, that's great for a beginner who's never done anything.
The guy's fucking retarded, obviously.
He's got me as a believer. I think he's just a beginner. But if he has an extra already, he probably learned something, at least just by reading all the crap. Basic talking about a sloper, he's not talking about two poles. He's talking about one pole. A sloper, the word actually defines what he's...
My mom's a sloper.
The other end is low. That's what effing sloper means.
Hey, the guy's legitimate, yeah. But he's what license level, and he's fucking retarded. He's fucking stupid. He can't put a fucking pole in the air with some fucking wire. The guy's retarded. He probably wears a helmet and a diaper.
No. I'm a believer too. He just got his extra. His call sign is K2 something, KE2, wherever 2 is from, and
East Coast.
Bravo Victor Alpha.
It's kind of interesting choosing this station to ask that question, though.
Yeah, it's similar to walking into a buzzsaw.
I like it's intentional. I'm with Tom. I think he's a jerky boy.
Uh-oh. If you're a jerky boy, congratulations, you jerked me.
I mean, the guy is legitimate, new, and all that. I completely believe that. But he's one of those fucking hams that goes and says the same thing on every repeater, and it's just so he has somebody to talk to, because he's fucking retarded. But he's got the voice of the jerky boy that, that was also in American Dad as the pharmacist. Same voice.
I just think he sounds like he's from the Bronx.
He sounds like he has cocks in his throat.
I wouldn't know what that sounds like.
I heard Sue in the background laughing. Well, just listen to Steve Hoffman talk.
Think Steve has called that guy at home already?
Yes, he has his information. Steve, what's his address?
It's his zip code plus the last 4 digits.
Has nudes of him on his wall already.
You guys are making me laugh.
Hi, Sue. Hi, Sue.
This is the address.
Steve, what's that guy's occupation? Does he wear a uniform? Better watch out.
How many bankruptcies has he had, Steve?
Steve, did he poison your dog? Did he give it razors and pills? Anyway, it was funny to hear Sue cracking up out there. It's good to know John doesn't have her tied up somewhere. Hey, John, all that talk of push-up poles.
man, you guys are hilarious, man. But but where are the real ham brothers out here? You know. But I was looking and I saw a few push-up poles. So Amazon is not too bad with the prices. But fellas, you guys are hilarious.
You're retarded, dude. You're retarded. You probably go to the same repeaters that's the same thing. They've all told you. The fucking wire here, dumbass. N0 AKA.
AM6 RSL for legal elder abuse ID.
I want your insurance policy number. Your insurance policy number now. Now. I want the expiration date too. You better have the promoters.
Kilo Echo 2, Bravo Alpha Victory. So where are the real hams out here? People that really talks business about the hobby.
Listen, you fucking window licker. You were talking about the hobby. Dumbass.
This is a tough repeater to do that kind of thing on when you're a beginner. It's not so easy to get the information you want every time. You're going to find a whole potpourri of information, and it's you just take your pick.
Suggest the best way to get high power, far transmit talk around the world. You disconnect the microphone, put the goddamn thing in the microwave for 20 seconds, and you're all set.
Well, before I built up my VHF, UHF station, people were saying, oh, you got to build you a dipole. You got to build this, you got to build that. But a guy said, listen, you're just starting out. Get you a name brand antenna. You won't have no problem. So that's when I bought the Diamond X50 Alpha vertical VHF, UHF antenna. And it works beautiful, you know. So now I'm trying to put together a awesome HF station. Now, anybody out there that's real knowledgeable, real talk, know about the Yaesu FT891? Over.
I know all about it. I like your lisp. It's cute. Your lisp is cute. Did you ride the fucking short bus? What?
What you're talking about?
See how long he's taking to tell me to shut the fuck up? He is stupid. And sure, okay.
The station that I was talking to the first time I came on, the gentleman's names that you mentioned, that you said no about antennas and all that stuff real good. What was their call sign? Over.
Oh, Google.
He's talking about ALT.
The guy you talk to has a website. It's n6zkz.com. You can find out everything you need to know about HF there, n6zkz.com.
Oh, my God, I forgot all about it. I forgot all about it. Oh, it has all kinds of information to it. Antennas and all that. Perfect. I forgot all about it. Sorry, Ian, go ahead.
That's the perfect website. Wealth of information. Pretty much like radio reference for slopers.
And the gentleman earlier that was trying to find out where I was from, it's on my QRZ. Raised and born in New York City. Lived all over New York. Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Long Island, Staten Island. I'm a native New Yorker, but just started residing in New Jersey.
Sir, there's also another website you should check out that has a wealth of information. The guy lives up north. It's w6of.com. He's another huge HF guy. A lot of good information.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. I didn't get your name or call sign. Over.
It's N6ZKZ. Just go to n6zkz.com or w6of.com. Tons of information all about HF.
Well, I just passed my extra exam last Saturday, so I've been doing a lot of studying with HF and all of that. But I'm just trying to get my HF station up so I can start getting on, 10 meters, 20 meters, and all of that stuff. So once I get my antenna up and, I'm actually waiting for my external antenna tuner, which is the LDG Z100 Plus. I don't know if some of you guys are familiar with that, but yeah, I'm just waiting for that, and then I'll be in a ballpark, and then I'll be good to go. Excuse me.
Suggest you start with 40 meters. 40 meters, 7.3 megahertz, approximately. 40 meters is where to start. Some of those bands, low bands, don't work certain times of the day, certain times of the year. But 40 meters sometimes works all the time to some degree.
If you want to see somebody put up a push-up pole, go to w6of.com. The guy puts up a small push-up pole, does it in about 2 minutes. Really, really informative.
Thank you for that information, and thank you to the other station for that 40 meters information. Is there any particular reason why to start on the 40 meters? Over.
But it's beyond the scope of your knowledge. It has to do with the tropospheric level of the day. In short terms, it has to do with how the sun cooks a certain part of the atmosphere, and it affects how propagation works. I don't think you're ready for that.
Isn't he an extra?
But nowadays, extra doesn't mean much. Just means you memorized a bunch of answers to questions you don't get. Doesn't have to be that way, but I'm guessing it is most of the time.
See, the reality to that is get your license, then backtrack and study what you need to study and understand what you need to understand. You understand? That's how you do that. Get your license first. Then you go about the theory and all of that. Over.
If you want aspirin from Costco, it's easy to get Bayer aspirin any way you want to buy it. Mail order, the warehouse, Instacart. I don't give a shit how you want it. Costco will give it to you. But if you want Kirkland type of aspirin, which is 1/3 the price, it's warehouse only. And that makes it tough for me. See, I got you stumped.
Does it still have to wait for the repeater to drop out?
I think he does.
Not that way. No. That's what I think.
Copy.
I think it's all stuff that blocking delivery. Well, I think it's a good thing that Metamucil is just over the counter. You can get that anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere special, because when you need it, you need it.
Here. But the aspirin does something for me. And that Kirkland brand blows the doors off of Bayer price-wise. And I'm looking at it right now. They do sell it Instacart, so I think I'll have my wife, when she places an order, buy me some of that.
The Kirkland Metamucil blows the doors off, too, in a different way. It causes a blowout, just like the real stuff, but much, much more reasonable. I'm glad they have it. Kirkland, they call it silicon fiber or something like that. But yeah, talk about colon blow. You're going to feel like a B-29 over Tokyo.
Yeah, I've had it before. It doesn't do much for me. But I don't take the aspirin for that reason. I take it because it's a blood thinner. Most people used to take it for their heart. It's losing favor there. But it still works as a blood thinner. And that's what I need it for.
I take one every morning. Ever since, I had my little incident. But, yeah, I'm glad we have a lot of choices when it comes to Metamucil and the copycats. It does work.
It was a TSA. Sounds like your little incident was a TSA.
Oh, no, it was a MI.
Don't know what that is.
Heart attack.
Oh, shit. No kidding. You had a heart attack? That's hardball.
Oh, it was no fun. I'll give you that. But everything's fine now. But they said, just take, no matter how good or bad you're doing, just take the 81 milligram aspirin every morning. So I've been doing it.
Me too. I take 2 of them. One in the morning and one at night.
And, also the Metamucil, so you don't, die like Elvis, on the crapper having a heart attack.
If you're going to check out, one way is as good as another, I figure.
Well, I'd rather die in my sleep than get run over by a bus and dragged down the street. But, you're right. Once it's over, it's over.
Hey, fellas, live for the moment, man. You have a lot of years ahead of you, man. Let me ask you guys in Cali, what are the most radios you guys use out there? Is it Yazoo, ICOM, Kenwood? What do you guys mostly use out there? Over?
And your mom uses, all right? What you fucking talking about, huh? What the fuck does it matter what radios we use, huh?
Look, there's one way to do it. Call up HRO on the telephone. This is no kidding. Get HRO, ham radio outlet, on the telephone and tell them to send you a catalog. That's what to buy.
Oh, I already know what I like. I'm the Yazoo guy, man. All my radios I have are Yazoos, except for my HEs. I have what is it, Ocean. I have those NGRS radios, and my VHF UHF station is actually FTM 6000 from Yazoo, and it works beautifully. So that's why I stick with all the Yazoo. So that's why I'm going with that FT891, and I'm gonna do my thing once I get on the air. I just can't wait. So that's why I was asking what you guys like. ICOM, Yazoo, Kenwood, what, But, back to you guys.
Well, everything I have is Motorola, and that's only because those are the only radios I know anything about. So, I guess I'm stuck. He has Motorola anal beads. They're very high quality, so. Hey, Jackloff, what's your call sign again? The short bus drooler in New York?
Motorola's are very good radios, man. Not bad. And the name is Sly. Call sign Kilo Echo 2 Bravo, Alpha, Victory, KE2BAV. Over.
Hi, Sly. This is Steve. My call sign is N6ZKZ. I was going to your QRZ page, and there's no picture there, but you sound so sweet. Maybe we could talk off the air, Sly. What do you think? This is N6ZKZ. Steve.
So, are there any nets on this repeater? And if so, can somebody tell me, like, what day, what time? So, I guess the real hams will be out there, and, I don't know what you guys are, technicians, generals, extra, so, really get into the hobby. Over.
Well, Sly, I'm extra into the hobby, Sly, and we can talk anytime. I really would like to talk to you off the air, though. You sound so sweet, and we can talk about radios. We can talk about Kenwood and Yaesu and ICOM. And we can talk about Motorola and Standard Vertex. We could talk about Bendix King. We could talk about all that stuff like Harris. And we can talk.
Also, guys, I wanted to know, when you guys set up your antennas out there, and I believe it says Cali, you guys are in California. A lot of you people out there, you have towers. Over.
In these parts, see over here, we have a lot of things that stand up. And we have these little parties and parties to put it up, if you know what I mean. We have these parties, like in West Hollywood, and we have these parties, and there's we celebrate with glitter, and we put the antennas up together. We all go outside and wear our little bathing suits, our little trunks. They're so cute. And we put up our antennas with our poles, long poles. Oh, my.
So, if any real hands out there, anybody out there into the satellites, I would like to know that. Over.
Well, Sly, this is Steve again, and I love talking to you. This is Steve, ZKZ, Z King, Z Zulu, whatever you want to call it. But I like to talk about satellites. I want to talk about anything you want to talk about, because you sound so nice.
The answer to your question is yes. I worked satellites before the satellites even did what they do now. I started with Oscar 6, and then 7, 8, 9, and 10. That was about the end of it for me.
Terry's so silly. He's been around since before electricity.
Been sitting there for years. By the way, do you know what Oscar means? Oscar's the name of the amateur radio satellite. Do you know what those letters mean? Does anybody know what Oscar means? OSCAR?
Of course I do. Of course. Oscar was the guy I had last night.
The word Oscar's not a mistake. The word Oscar is not a mistake. It wasn't an error.
Oh, well, my mom thought I was in error. This is N6CKZ, over.
What type of antenna do they use for satellites with the ham radio? Over.
Sly, they use the biggest and the thickest and the longest that they can use. Satellites.
They just use a vertical antenna anymore. They're very good satellites, antenna systems. But they used to use circular polarized beams. And probably most people out here don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I hear you on that, man. What is a good website I could use for satellite? Over.
Go to the internet.
Just right. You go to the internet and you go to n6zkz.com. And I want to talk to you, Sly.
Go to amsat.com, I suspect.
We could talk about balloons, and we could talk about satellites, and we could talk about antennas, and we could talk about all kinds of radio stuff. We can dock. We can see which radio is longer and which radio works better than another.
Okay, I'm through on this project. I'm AA610.
Oh, silly Terry. Don't give up yet. Don't give up. Have some fun. He's a big stiff, if you know what I mean.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that information on the satellites. I'll look into that as well. I appreciate that. Kilo Echo 2, Bravo, Alpha Victory.
This is N6CKZ, and I love dogs. I love all kinds of dogs. I like big dogs. I like little dogs. I like hot dogs. I like all the dogs.
You forgot one, man. What about Snoop Dogg?
Yeah. Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Yeah, he's handsome. He's so handsome. Do you like to talk about dogs? We could talk about dogs, Sly. We could talk about balloons. All kinds of balloons. God damn it, Sly. Why aren't you fucking talking to me, you slut?